So how attractive is Osama bin Laden? Welcome back to LookLogix, everyone. Today I'll assess the facial harmony of Osama bin Laden. This is the only picture I could use, so we only have a front ratio. It's a little out of his prime, and also it's hard to analyze because he's wearing a turban and his cloth around his head, and then the beard. However, it's still useful to get a base idea of his ratios so we can analyze his harmony pretty accurately. We'll see what his scale is on a 0 to 10 and really quickly put your guess in what you think that will be. We'll go over his front ratios and then his key strengths and weaknesses if we can, even without the side ratios. So I'll analyze it on faceiq Labs. I've landmarked his face. And we'll begin with his lowest scores, which is his facial width to height ratio, which is it's a little 0.47 out of 10, not even a 1 out of 10. Really bad, really awful. Facial width to height ratio. Lower third proportion is a 1.13 out of 10. This contributes to his facial width to height ratio as well. His lower third proportion is really out of the ideal. His philtrum, which is bottom of his nose to the top of his lip, is also a little short. His neck width is a 1.19 out of 10. A little too thin. And then his total facial width to height ratio. It's also out of the ideal range. Deviation of ipsilateral alar angle and jaw frontal angle is a 3.61 out of 10. Pretty out of the ideal range. With his jaw marking out. Some of his higher scores, though, are his eyebrow tilt. Nice and positive. They're pretty thick, but they are quite thin. His cheekbone height's pretty good. It is 9.73 out of 10. So he has almost high set cheekbones. Actually, I would definitely say they're high set. Eye separation ratio is a 10 out of 10. So his eyes are nicely spaced. Overall, pretty good front profile, honestly, for his main ones, like his bitemporal width and things like that. But really, these lowest scores, you can just see how many are out of the ideal range. Mainly with his proportions on his spacing. On his sizing with his facial thirds. They're just really out of the ideal range. Neck width can be optimized pretty easily with hypertrophy of the neck muscles. And then, like the trapezoids as well, can contribute to that. One eye apart test. And by the way, if you're curious about that, if you have a thin neck, then just do Mike Mentzer's high intensity HIIT training. That's the only valid exercise theory or exercise science. It's just bodybuilding, basically. You're creating hypertrophy of the muscles to a basically unnatural state. And you are, of course, natural synthetic athletes. Doesn't matter. It's just unnatural. Because if you stop working out, then your muscles will return or shrink back to its normal ideal size. But it's just what the body's training for, right? If you put the stresses on, the body will compensate or overcompensate and then build up on top of that. So if you have a thin neck, then just train that Mike Mentzer way and you'll notice, this is something very valuable, I can tell you. If you have a thin neck, just train Mike Mentzer's way. It is truly effective. It is just high intensity training, low volume, and you're only doing as much the minimum amount of exercise required to stimulate the optimal growth. Then you rest, and then you give time after that first rest period to then overcompensate and then grow stronger and larger. And then you go back and repeat. So that's it for the neck. Pretty simple. A few different things you can do for sure. Let's actually see what his total score is. By the way, guys, if you want to use the app for yourself, I have a 20% off code, actually. You can use my referral code, LookLogix. It's just my channel name. I'll put it in the link in the description and the comment section. All right, so back to the actual purpose of the video. Osama bin Laden gets a 3.15 out of 10. He has poor harmony, bottom 5.1%, about 1 in 20 people, 1 in 19.56. This is just his harmony score, so not his dimorphism, his height, his voice, his status, not including things like that. We'll see his overview. We can see his percentile here. Overall, not too bad. His key strengths for his front profile are his balanced facial thirds. His actual facial thirds are quite balanced, but his philtrum and facial width to height ratio is out of the ideal. Ideal forehead width. This contributes to pleasant forehead contour due to that forehead being neither too wide nor too narrow. Additional strengths, balanced eyebrow tilt. Yeah, and then his areas of improvement: long mid face, overly long face shape, insufficient eye tilt, a little too negative. He has neutrally tilted eyes. They can slightly be negative, depends on the angle of the face for sure. Overly long face shape, thin neck, as we mentioned, that's quite easy to overcome. Short upper jaw, elongated lower jaw. So I can scroll through these. That's basically it, guys. This is Osama bin Laden's facial harmony analyzed. Thank you all for watching, and if you'd like me to rate someone else's facial harmony, just put a comment down below. I'm getting a lot of suggestions for people, but I will definitely try to do them. We have some really good ones coming up. I'm excited for you guys to see it. And we also hit 100 subscribers recently, so I appreciate it. We're growing. Once again, if you want to use the app for yourself, please use my referral code with the comment in the description and the comment section to make sure you get that 20% off any plan. Definitely save you some money if you want to try it for yourself. A lot of things you can improve with your plan and potential. It's a useful app for sure, and it's getting more updates every day. Being in the works right now, and they're even going to add a morphing feature, which is really exciting. I can't wait to show you guys that. Yeah, thank you all for watching again, and I will see you in the next video.